I've actually heard a lot of doubts about this Marvel movie, more so than Guardians of the Galaxy last year. Those people have no idea what they're in for. Ant-Man. So Ant-Man is the 12th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the 6th and final film in its phase 2. And in it we have Scott Lang. He's a former criminal, he just got out of prison, he wants to make a change in his life. He wants to be accepted by his family again, he wants to be a good person. So Dr. Hank Pym gives him that chance for redemption in the form of becoming the superhero Ant-Man. Right out the gate, I'll say that they tell you how this movie ties in with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I won't tell you how, but once they show you, you're like, oh, okay, I get it. That's cool. I'm gonna jump right into the characters. The characters worked really well in this movie. Paul Rudd as Scott Lang was very likable. He was relatable. He was a good character to follow throughout this movie. Fun fact, in preparation for this role, not only did Paul Rudd go on a diet, but he didn't drink any alcohol for a whole year. Good on you, dude. The other two main characters in this movie were just as likable as Scott Lang, Hank Pym and his daughter Hope Van Dyne. Michael Douglas as Hank Pym was like that coach you had that pointed out every single tiny flaw, but you know the reason he's doing that is because he cares about you and he really wants you to succeed. That's how he is in this movie, more so with his daughter, who I also loved. In my video about the second trailer, I said that Hope Van Dyne didn't really seem all that special, but you end up getting emotionally attached to her because she wants to fight, but her dad's being overprotective. She's like Éowyn in Lord of the Rings that way. But hey, Éowyn is badass, and so is Hope Van Dyne. Props to Evangeline Lilly in this movie. The villain in this movie is Darren Cross. The thing about him is that he has backstory and he has motivation for what he's trying to do, but unfortunately, I didn't feel too much emotion from him. To me, he just kinda seemed angry all the time. Yellow Jacket was badass though. The action in this movie was really cool. I love seeing Ant-Man shrink and do his thing. You know how in the trailers we don't see the whole scene, we just see snippets. I love seeing these whole scenes play out because when Scott Lang shrinks for the first time, he's like, what the fuck? Just seeing him getting used to this new power, it was entertaining. Another thing I liked was the ants. The ants are actually really interesting in this movie because Hank Pym shows us that there are different types of ants that are designated for different types of jobs. And showing how they all work together in their little ecosystem, it was really cool. That's how Ant-Man uses them to his advantage. I liked seeing him work together with these ants because it's something we've never seen before. And it also makes for some funny comedy as well. My favorite scene in this movie is actually a spoiler though, so I can't really talk about it here. You know I'm gonna make a spoiler video for this. The thing about the movie though is that it is a little less than 2 hours long. In that, I felt there were some pacing issues here and there. Example, I'm not gonna spoil anything here, but the last like 5 minutes before the credits, someone's talking really fast and it's almost hard to pick up what he was saying. I got it, but my friend even told me, she turned to me and was like, that could have been done better. And I agree, it totally could have. Nevertheless, Ant-Man had excellent characters, some really cool action, a villain I felt could have had more emotion, and some pacing issues. But all in all, it's still a great Marvel movie. If you're a Marvel fan, then I probably don't have to tell you to go see it because you already got your tickets. The funny thing is that if this movie had come out during phase 1, like if this was one of the first movies that Marvel Studios tried out, this movie would have flopped. People would have been like, Ant-Man, that is stupid. But as we have it, we now have a movie with a talking raccoon and a walking tree that can only say 3 words, and everyone loves it. We've learned to adapt to Marvel's strange ideas, so now we're ready for Ant-Man. And it turns out Ant-Man was pretty good. I wouldn't say it's as good as Guardians of the Galaxy or Age of Ultron, but it's still good. So I will say, go see this movie while it's in theaters. So Ant-Man, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you think, go ahead and leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe.